Alright, hello. Today we're going to be doing some type design, just making a lighter weight for a font I've been working on. So let's just hop right into it. I'm sure I clicked that right. Yeah, you hear me right? I'm not muted. Look at that, no hat today. Crazy stuff. But between now and the last stream, I have done the rest of Bold, which looks like that. I really love this. It is so fun. Very Cooper Black-esque, but it's got its own funk to it. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to look at it, pause, whatever, we're moving on. And so now I have to do this book weight. And I actually redrew the T a little bit as well because I wanted it to kind of taper more. That's easier to do. Something like this. Okay. Do something like that. So the problem with this is I think that this whole thing just needs to come over. Yeah, that feels better. It's gonna be really weird for a little bit until I actually get the like some other weights figured out so we can do more test words. Yeah, but all right. So test is a good test word, but I don't want to do the T, so we're gonna do I think. I like that test word. Yeah, I gotta make sure to cap this so that when we go to, yeah. But the reason I do little test words like this is so I can actually see how the weight distributes and see if it's like if I like it or not. So yeah, this is whoa. Okay, all right, never mind. I'm not surprised. I'm the one who did this. Let me. Does that serif look fine? Yeah, this is gonna be a really strange type, I think, because this is really light. But maybe it'll look cool because it kind of like really exaggerates the lumps. Sorry. People texting me. How dare these people? Okay. And then just go in here. I ideally would love to get a variable export for this. I think that would be really cool. And I think it would help like prove this font as like a well-designed thing versus a fun display thing. Because I think every time you make it variable, is it pointless? Sometimes. But I also think it's important because, like, I don't know, designers really need specific weights sometimes. Like this past semester, I designed a bunch of books, covers. I did one interior, it was like 300 pages, so it was a lot of work. But I needed a lot of weights to make sure it colored the page the way I wanted it to. And variable fonts are the key to that. And I found myself looking for variable fonts just so you can get that like nice clean to it. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. But I think that like variable fonts are important just so you can have enough support. Like you make sure everybody gets what they want. Make sure they get their money's worth. And who knows? Maybe people buy variable fonts more for that reason, and that would be pretty cool because people just like variable fonts. It's a selling point. Low-key a ludicrous selling point, but I feel like there are fun things people do with variable fonts. I think I'm kind of just not figuring, I haven't figured out a good way to incorporate it into my designs yet. Yeah, this is more of a narrower than a bolder, I think. Maybe this needs to come back. And then just kind of playing with proportions a little bit. Yeah, that's like not. See, I think that this is, I really like the thin on that, but I feel like it's too thin, and this H just might get lost. It's not going to be a bold weight, but you know, whatever. 20, 20, 20. And since this half of the H, I didn't adjust any of the serifs at all, I'm just going to steal it and then get rid of that. And it should be perfectly symmetrical. So yeah, that's a cheat way to do it. Let's I don't know. I don't like spelling nonsense words on stream because I feel like I would slip up by accident and spell something I didn't mean to. Oh, so let me see here. 51, 60. So I just moved these guys a little bit. Yeah, I think the serif needs to not shrink as much as the other I guess shrink as much as the bold went bold. Yeah, I think that T's proportion was not correct. But that's something we noticed. None of this is final, so it's like it's not the end of the world. Let's see, I want to chop that and then just entirely get rid of this. And then take this I. And this way, I can adjust it as I see fit a little bit better. And I have something to reference. I just don't believe that is what I did. It's crazy how little you remember after like a week. I don't know how to do these. So it's gonna be 1, 2. Is that feels like the same weight? So that's really all I'm going for. And then this will also, does that feel like the same width as like the cap T, like right here, or the H, crossbar H? Not quite. Actually, I was going to get rid of these points too because it keeps wanting to add them for some reason. And then notice a taper there, which probably is the only other one, but it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to shrink that and then also shrink this. I have a pointless point. Oops. Yeah, when you do type design, you notice stuff all the time that it needs to be changed, no matter how done you think you are with a weight. It's never as linear as you would hope. Okay, so I think these I'm just gonna pull over to the side, and I'm not entirely sold on the width of this K. But I do want to make sure I get these nice rounded points in there so I can get a feel for it a little bit better, because the way I don't know, I constructed this design I found was this intersection only has weight to it because I rounded both these corners, and I just wanted to make sure it felt right. I know one thing that's wrong, but let's go ahead and do this a little bit. Fix up this serif a tad. I think that was too much branching or bracketing. Like that just feels like there's too much space right here. I think that this whole thing could come up like that way. Would adjust the way this looks a little bit, but that is what I'm going for. Felt like that was just creating unneeded weight to it. Yeah. And then since this is a very lightweight, I think I might even just pull this back over one and then fix this. Okay. That's not terrible. Definitely a good start, I think. Like muscle memory to the bold, because I've only touched bold in like a while. I haven't really gone back and forth to like other weights. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take it on from that. Let me just measure 75, 65. 75 is probably correct, honestly, because more horizontal stuff loses weight. You don't want your in to just like fly away. So, have I done? No, I haven't. I guess these will be the first. Not many characters that need stuff like that, though. All right, just gonna pull everything in. When I usually do, for example, I'm making a bold, or if I ever do other things like work from a sketch, as you do as a type designer, I find myself doing like really cruddy shapes just to get the weight down first, and then I'm like, oh, are those points close enough or far enough apart? And I just do all that, and then I clean it up, and I find it helps with your weight a little bit more, hopefully. The reason why I say hopefully is because that's the way I do it. I think this is gonna have to be. I don't know what I'm doing. I have the thing pulled up underneath that. Still think it's too bold. I don't want it to get too much like I'm on a weight. So that is almost there. Just go at it one more time. You see, that feels more correct, but it kind of like, I almost think it disappears a little bit. So maybe that was too much. Let's do 5. Sometimes I feel like my clicks don't register, especially when I'm counting. Sometimes I find that I'm off by 1. I'm like, I thought I counted that. What's my problem? But it's just because either I'm really bad at counting or my computer is like not registering the clicks. And knowing this computer's track record, I'm pretty sure it's the clicks. The computer messing with my clicks. Yeah, I was in Glyphs yesterday, and I had nothing open. I wasn't even streaming. Like, this computer was taking a beating when I streamed, And so I was just working on a project, just not streaming in glyphs, and it was like seconds between every clip for it to register. Okay, so I will show you the think. So I'll take the eye so we center a little bit better. It might have to shrink, but so what think looks like, and so we can test to see if we like that. And I think that weight distribution is really nice. It feels even. Like I kind of wanted this one to be dead center in the weight between book and bold, because you know, what is a medium if it's not a happy medium? But I think that's looking good. It's so fun. I really like it. Yeah, I really hope this mic doesn't pick up my computer's fans. I'm always really concerned about that. Every time I start streaming, my fans just start going crazy, and I'm like, oh no, this is it. This is when everybody's gonna drill me for having the worst audio ever. Which, speaking of audio, I added some royalty-free music by some nice person from Pexels. It's in the description if you're curious. If you're absolutely jamming, you can put it on your iTunes or whatnot. And so we'll see that. We'll see how that goes. Last time I tried to play music and stream at the same time, my computer crashed mid-stream. And then the next stream after that, I blew a breaker. So I was absolutely certain it was the music, but I don't think it was the music. Okay, I'm gonna put a space so I have a little bit more room to drag crap all over the place. And then that probably. And then I'm gonna have to get rid of these. I have an update for this project. I have the amazing idea, probably never done before idea. No, I'm definitely joking. But I want to submit this typeface to the city that I'm referencing. It's a smaller town, and they're working on, you know, kind of. People are moving there a lot. It's grown a lot since I've grown up, and they're really like delving into the town and really investing into it. And so I think now would be a good time, honestly, to like pitch some ludicrous idea like this. Hey, I designed a typeface. Y'all interested? And then the worst thing they could possibly say is no. Because I always do that. I'm always like, I do a project and I'm like, oh, I bet whoever this would like help would love to see this. And then I send it to them and they literally never respond. And it's like, I spent all that time and I don't even get like I don't even get a response. So, the worst thing they can say is no. Because that means at least they took time out of their day to respond. But no, I'm just kidding. I need to reverse this. Why is that? Oh, I'm like, why is there a white one here? It's probably because there's nothing there. I think that this probably is too big. Okay. And so for this project, um, there is a lighter version that I'm referencing, but I just don't think that the lighter version is like, I don't know. It's like its own thing almost. Like it's not actually what a lighter version of the font that I fell in love with is, but it's close, and I think it's just weathered in a different way. That's my assumption, at least. And so my thought was, I'm going to make this one for the light for the other one, so that they'll kind of like pair better, instead of mixing essentially two different fonts into one typeface, which is something I have been wanting to do because it seems really fun. Just have like one font file that comes with like 12 different things that someone's been working on. Then you're kind of like set, pay $10, and you just have all the fonts you could possibly need. I can do this. Sorry, I gotta like use all my brain power to figure out how to work glyphs sometimes, I swear. I've only been using it like all the time for 2 years. It's fine. I'm still learning new things every day. I feel like I never went into glyphs fully understanding how powerful this software is. Now it just looks like simple vector drawing tool, and it's just like not. It's such a nice program. I honestly think I could cup that in a little bit more. I don't think that was the right call. I think what I could do here maybe is this. And then that. And then now I can round this a little bit more. It's not so sharp. Yeah, it's looking better. It's close, but this is too thick. So what I'm gonna do here is actually just take it and pull this down, put it a little bit closer, just ever so slightly, just to take a little bit more weight off of those serifs. But not too much, because that's why they're there. I wonder if I'm getting too narrow. Guess we'll find out. Only time will tell. Sorry, I get a text. Let me double check. Alright, sorry, I hope you enjoyed the nice jazz music while you're on hold. I honestly think I could... Yeah, I think that was the move. I definitely think I knew the hold option, but... So like that, and then I'll do... that. And that will round it nicer. Because I think I did a first draft of this a while ago, and I've like just been sitting there looking at it for so long. I just couldn't figure out why it was so like awkward. That'd be like a really good word for it. It was really awkward. I had no idea why it was so awkward. And then I went in there and I was like, I'm just gonna play. And so I changed a few things, and one of them was I just adjusted all the rounds inside these like corners. And so the rounded counterforms really made everything feel better. And so I was like, okay, we'll fix all the rounds. And so that's like what I'm looking at the most every time I do a character is like, are the rounds feeling good? And if they're not, I'll try to fix them, because I think that's where this typeface's like magic comes from. Yeah. And then since this is more of like a display, I'm gonna do fun stuff like that, like mitigate some negative space on the F. I'm still clicking the bold weight. All right. Yeah, I took a picture of the T last night, or the L upside down, and I was like, do that. So I have a mental note, but that I remembered. Is there any other words we can spell? The F-E. I like my my brand name, but I don't want to do this ever. I hate the S. I hate it. I'm not like, I think I'm half decent at feeling them out, but I don't wanna. Like, it's just not a fun character to work on at all. Like, some characters are so fun. Not that. Let's see. I think the L would be a good one to do nice. Just trying to think of ways I can efficiently draw these guys. It's actually got the background layer, so I'm just gonna copy all this over again real quick. And then what I'll do is I'll take. Actually, that's probably fine if I just do this. I'm like 90% sure that's what I did. Yeah. Maybe that's fine. I mean, it looks fine, and since it's a lighter weight, it probably isn't going to be noticeable. I do want to clean this up a little bit more. Yeah, but I pulled this serif back a little bit because top heavy stuff looks really top heavy, and bottom heavy stuff is just like a little bit bottom heavy. I don't know, one of those optical things, and it also could be for the fact that there's literally nothing going on here. So there is that. Yeah, thinking that this K's crossbar might be this crossbar. This K's arm, I think that's what it's called, is a little bit too narrow, and it's causing it to kind of just like disappear. Yeah, it's a little bit better. The serif helps ground it a little bit, but that's why I have it so long on the inside, because I feel like it was just leaving the page. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the M, and then I'll do my O, so I can work on my rounds. And then I really want to knock out numbers, but I want to make sure that these guys are looking good before I do numbers. Just to make sure I got like the DNA down, and I don't have to backtrack a terrible amount. I'm terrible at numbers, so that's why I'm like kind of staying away from them. Oh no, I hate when it does that. I had my kerning on from whenever I did this sketch a long time ago. I kerned it out really nice, and I changed everything, so the kerning actually sucks. 85 to 75. Yeah. And then I'm going to pull this guy up, to appropriate levels. Yeah, I think whenever I did my initial sketch, the M was just the one character that no matter how many times I looked at it, I was like, that is atrocious. And all the other characters look so good in comparison to the M. So I think it's just because I routed all these corners, and that's why it's so odd. So yeah, that's my thought on that. So I'm kind of trying to, like, I got the medium to bold all right. That transition feels good. Yeah, that's another thing that you don't really think about until you're working on like variable fonts is how do they look when they interpolate, which means the computer generates a sequence of points in between the two masters that you have. And so essentially it's a infinite font glitch where you could just have a super family and you could just export those interpolated things, which people do. It's a very nice tool, but I'm not doing that on this. I don't need to. And so I still want to make it look pretty though, so that's a bad one to measure. What did I even go down to? 114. So I just moved it 4. I think I'm just going to do this outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, this is way too bold. So I'm going to do... I don't know if I want to pull that whole thing down. Probably just that. It's gonna look so jank. And then do this. Yeah, I think if this kind of has a more subtle curve to it, it'll help, I think. Yeah, at least my assumption is it'll help. I want this to be roughly centered so it'll line up with that part at the bottom just enough. Just because this contrast isn't as high. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now that this is going to be too bold, but I don't want to mess with it anymore until I get my more characters figured out. This guy needs to come over desperately, unfortunately. So maybe there'll just be an exception right there. I hope that looks fine. It does not. It's annoying. Alright. The M is going to need more work, but I want to at least get some idea of it. I like to just make a more work graveyard. Yeah, and so I'll just do that. Yeah, I think that E got way too narrow. But I'll flesh out the proportions once I get the overall weight down. That's what I did with the bold. I just kind of went in there and did them all, and then I worried about proportions. So I'm assuming this will be 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I think that's still too bold or too wide. Let's try that. And then I can do think these guys need to come down more. Let's see. Hope that's not a naughty word. Let's see what this width is. 33. I usually like the O, like my rounded. Not like it usually needs to be bolder, more wide than the other characters. Just because that round really takes away a lot of weight very easily. I think the problem is the interior. What is this? This is 72, 65. And that's 133 and 14. I don't think that'll help it. That weight looks better. And so, let's see. What kind of shape did I have going on? More ovular. Ovular. Is that a word? It is now. This font is an ovular font. Yeah, that feels nice. So what I want to do now is to pull these guys out just a little bit. No, I don't want to do that. These guys need to come out. Yeah. Like, I'm getting better at the O. But there's just so much subtlety to the shape sometimes that you just never expect to have a challenge with. Okay, that's probably fine. That O is gonna feel huge next to these guys, but if I do like let's not do that. Yeah. It's gonna feel bad. I think I'm gonna have to redo all these side bearings. But, not I think. I'm going to redo all these side bearings because they don't look the best. But, at least for now, they're fine. So I can get an overall feel. At the end of the day, you're not gonna get an actual feel for the font until, you get it spaced out nice, because that's when the true like actual colors start to show, and you can see how well it colors the page and stuff like that. What I like to do here is I'll just come into the background layer and I'll just put this up there or something like that. Like I might even do this, but I'll probably do that for now, and then I can adjust the width later. And then that will allow me to kind of get that bowl looking nice. Yeah, and again, copy and pasting is like the best way because it keeps consistency and it makes it a little bit more modular. I'm not saying that this is a very modular typeface, but the modularity of it keeps consistency together. So if you're worried about having a consistent typeface, consider just reusing assets everywhere imaginable instead of trying to draw them and hope that they look about right. Some people make some people make components out of their like their serifs and stuff. I've never been able to do all that. I just don't know why this is being so weird right now. Okay, there we go. That's weird looking. Feels very forward leaning. I think because it's just way too narrow. Yeah, probably. Probably. Gosh. Move that, and we can line that guy up to this. Giving a nice, smooth transition almost. Except for the fact that this is going to be way too short. What I'm doing. Okay. Alright. And then the last problem with that, those corners, is this. This needs to come over. It should feel a little bit better already. Thinking that this could probably do like that. Yeah. Same here. Reference that exterior shape. And can I just like play with this? It does feel good where it's at, but I think I need to move it over just a little bit more. Yeah. This is a very narrow font. I don't ever do narrow. This is my first ever really narrow. And I'm not really interested in making other weights that aren't as narrow. Because Cooper Black is free, man. It's on like everything. So just use that. I'm not gonna try to make anything that's, you know, wildly popular and already exists, because there's no point. It's kind of a time waster, and also you're kind of stealing. So I love how I say that as I'm making a revival. I don't know. This is a revival of something that I'm actively reviving. I'm not making something, trying to recreate something that's already popular and exists. This is me trying to archive that lettering work that is just so pretty. That's the moral. Only steal if it's for good. Like Robin Hood. Like Robin Hood font designer. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this thing. That was a good cut. Nice, of course. As if I'm not going to change it all anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. I think it was just 1. And what is this? That was like 135-ish, or 150. 130. What do we end up here? 130. I bet if I just do 1, 2, that would probably be enough. That's a really interesting looking stencil, I think. I think that would be really fun to do, because those interiors are already like kind of starting to like complete this curve. Well, that weight already is looking pretty good. Let's see. I'm gonna play around with that in a second. Alright. 1, 2. Let's pull this down. Same over here. 1, 2. Yeah. This like little bit of an overshoot is really fun, and I think it keeps the font feeling more like I don't know if this is the right way to describe this, but malleable. And I'm really liking it. And so I've been fighting it the whole time, but it's just not fun to fight. It's such a pain. Because then they do things to your D, like make it feel like it's like leaning so forward that it's gonna like topple over. Alright. So I'm just gonna work on these guys. I think that this weight is easier than doing the bold. Definitely much easier. I don't know why. I might just be bad at them. I want to take pretty much all of these. Yeah, I think actually. And then just move them over a little bit, so I can make that round feel a little bit nicer. I think that the trick with these is that it just has a lot of open space, a bunch of negative space. So when the counter form, like on the O, it's like this counter form's huge, but it's because every counter form's huge now because I'm not looking at a bold. Alright. This is fixed, but we have to figure out what we have to do to fix it. Let me... Thinking that would help. And then maybe even picking that up a tad. Just doesn't look correct. I do think it needs to come up a little bit though. And this would probably be shifted over. Maybe on just the bottom, because it's not as symmetrical. You want more negative space on the bottom than the top. Like something tells me that's just not centered, but I think it is. Oh my gosh, please. Sorry. I'm going to take a peek at my references real quick and see what the lightweight looks like on these signs. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was that one. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty close. This is actually not as narrow. Yeah, but it's definitely not the same font. Okay. I don't think this N or the I. I don't think that's the way the alphabet goes. Yeah, I always just shove random characters where they like need to be, so I can like reference them nice. And always gets my alphabet all messed up whenever I try to do a nice little alphabet. Do you think I want to hold Option? Can you let me? Thank you. And then we can do this. Yeah, it's definitely not that brown. This is not a super huge round. This one should be pretty minuscule in the grand scheme of things. I think that B is fine for now. 20 on there. Let's see what bonk looks like. Bonk. That is the end too narrow. I don't know. See, this medium weight isn't that narrow. It's narrow, but it's not crazy narrow. So I think I'm gonna make this just slightly less narrow. As of right now, that's what I want to do. And then also as of now, I do not want to do this. There's a older version. Clicking on the wrong buttons. But thinking if I line this up here, then I'll get a nice guide. If I could line it up right. Nice guide. For reference. And then this will come down to here. And this will come in a good bit too. You want to keep that exterior around the same. And that should come in one. Yeah, so then essentially all of this will come over this way. No, this doesn't feel like a narrow font anymore. And this is just slightly narrow. Oh no. How about not messing it up? I can always just make these guys wider. Alright, now pull this up a little bit. Just because I think that looks better. Just thinking that doesn't feel right. Like it just doesn't feel like the right weight. Let me just do this. I'll take that anymore. And then this will probably just come over a little bit. And just pull off that shape. No, oops. Not quite that, but I think as I'm sitting here looking at it, I think this could come over a little bit. Yeah, I think that's really good. Lord, this computer fan is going wild. I don't know how loud it is when I touch the mic, so I hope that wasn't annoying. Then I will chop this right there. Get rid of all that. And put this guy on here. And then I'll just pull this down to the right spot. And then all of this will come in 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And then this will all come up 1. And that'll probably get messed with. But then I will select this and just cut it a little bit. Have to be careful then. And then if I do that, and then I'm just gonna merge all of this. I don't want that. And then have somewhat of a G. Yeah, if you're watching this and you also like multiple weight fonts, what's your favorite weight? Are you a bold person? Are you a medium person? You gravitate towards the light weight only because you just love the negative space? I don't know. I feel like most people I talk to love the bold. Not about this font like specifically, just in general. People love, what on earth? People love the bold. I think it's just because fonts get more character. Maybe you make them bold like that. I don't know. What are we thinking here? This might be too. Oh wow. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I might want to make that more narrow then. I just want to make it practical, you know? It's funny because this feels more historical, and then this feels Cooper Black. I think I need to make it more narrow so it feels less Cooper Black. I hope. I'm really worried that it's too similar. Wow, I had a lot of work left. I was like sitting here looking, I was like, oh, I have A and J. But I haven't even done hardly anything down here. I think A would be a good one to do next. Yeah. Take the K, put it next to it as well. So I can get a feel for the how light I want to make it, which is really not that light. And that bold should feel the same as this stroke on the B. And then obviously these serifs are not going to be the right serif for this. And then what was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And this could honestly just come up a little bit more. Flatten that off a bit. But yeah, these guys should honestly just do this. And I can flatten it a little bit more. Maybe this is up there a little bit too much. Digging for gold a little bit much. Yeah. Just looking. This one I'm not really concerned about keeping consistent because this is a new standard I'm setting for the more like I don't know, like X, W, Z, that kind of stuff. Just setting up this, how thick this serif should be. Yeah. It's getting there. It's getting there. Okay. That's not terrible, actually. I think that this side could actually be a little bit just like ever so slightly. It's much better. It's the little things that make the difference. All right. Just move down the row. Knock it out. Only been live for an hour, and I have gotten so much work done. This is awesome. Really happy about that. All right. So let's take it's really hilarious to me because just staying on the subject of Cooper Black, there is there's multiple weights of Cooper Black. There's all the ones you know and love, but Cooper Black is the only one that gets any use. It's really funny to me. It's got, I mean, people like the metallic version. I mean, for good reason, honestly, but I hope that'll be enough. That should just be 164. A lot of nice browns in there. 21. Yeah, that might just be too short already. 64. What is that? 74, and then this is 83, but what about the O? 80. I think I'm just gonna move this up. Yeah. It's just something I missed. Maybe I did it on purpose. I think I actually did that on purpose because it helps. Yeah. It helps get rid of a little bit of weight. So maybe I will make this just slightly. Actually, that was correct. All right. Now I'm just gonna fix up this little serif here. And then let's want to be a little bit more centered. And then a little bit of that. Maybe a little bit of that. Yeah. This point, oh, I know what's the problem. This is weird. That is this way too long. Okay. I think this could come back a little bit more. Yeah. That one got a little bit fat at the bottom. And bold, shaded. I think it's fine. Yeah. Alrighty. That ball serif might be a little bit heavy. I think if I just made it just like a little bit shorter, that would actually solve a lot of problems. So yeah, I know that when I have like more fancy like bubbly serifs like this for like stroke-ins, so the R, the J, stuff like that, the lowercase r and all that kind of stuff, really struggle to keep that bump consistent. Like this shape is really hard to replicate at different weights, for me at least. That's what I really struggle with. Okay. Then let's take that and just say goodbye. That's already selected. And then I will take all of this and really just pull it down by one. And then all of this too. And pull that over. I don't know. I really hope that narrowness isn't a problem. I'm really nervous about it. Pull that up a little bit. Can do a little bit more rounded serif. Stroke it, not serif. Spit these eyes. And yeah. This is such a weird shape to make sometimes. I have a font that I made that's made out of exclusively that shape, and I'm gonna have to redraw it again because this is so terrible. I think that this is a little bit too long still. Pull these guys back up. Also handles nicely. Alright. Let it be 30-30, I'm assuming. Yep. Yeah. I'll deal with it later. I'm really mad. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Like, I just don't think that this and this are the same narrow. But I might do a little bit more research to see if that's like an okay thing to do, or if it's more of like a taste. I didn't want to compromise too many like shapes for the bold, because I didn't want it to be overly stylized. I kind of was just wanting the bold to be its style. Okay. That was a perfect cut. That was the most perfect cut I've had. Yeah, I'll take that. I think I'm gonna put a B on this side and a B on this side, so I can get a feel for this. I just think that this B is too narrow. Maybe it's really, once I figure these guys out, it won't feel as bad, because I think overall they're consistently the same narrowness, maybe not the K. But yeah. What did I put here? There's a 123. Let's do this. And then move this up. I'm just gonna take it back and attach it. Oh, I forgot a serif. Let's take the F actually. I don't want that. It should line up. That does. I don't know. I'm still thinking. If you have any opinions on the subject, whether that the light is too narrow for the medium or bold, leave a comment, and I would love to know what you think. I do not have my mind made up, and I don't know. I'm just a little bit stumped. Okay. I do think that this really needs to make one of these. And these guys can come over. And then let's move these guys over. The exterior can come in a little bit more. And same here. around. I love this bump. It's such a nice feature. It's a pain in the ass to design around, but it's fun. I think that's probably a half decent sketch, at least for first proof. So weird. This feels bolder, but it's more narrow than this. Can't forget this. Save it. 5 probably is correct. And get rid of no, got rid of everything but the P. Okay. And then let's do this. Let me do this actually. And then the K, I will just take this leg and then slap it on the P. And that is essentially just how you make an R. Okay. So it's like, I don't know why this has handles on it. Okay. So I think that this could come over like this. This is probably too long. And this I'll fix up a little bit. So this will meet up really close to the this point. See what K looks like next to it. Yeah, and then I'll have to obviously pull this up a little bit. Just ever so slightly. I found that gives it just enough room for this leg to not feel so disjointed from everything else. Let's go to this other. And then I'll take these guys, and I just hit the round corner tool. And then I will fix them up. That can go roughly there. Yeah, that will clean up now. Not a terrible round corner. It's like the width changes the same. Maybe it's not that big of a. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Is it just from that quick check? It looks like all the widths change about the same, roughly, between that's 606, that's 80, and that was another 40, 50. So like it's close enough. I'm not doing the S. We'll do that last. These vertical guys are always really complicated, except for this. I'm just gonna delete that. Ooh, oh, I fixed it. Yeah, I was fine. I was on top of it already. And pull this down so it overshoots, and then I will just get rid of all of this. Oops, I forgot to cut it. Forgot I had to do that. Okay. I always forget how to do that for some reason. And then the last time I had to pull this up a good bit to get that weight I was going after. That feels more correct. Because I had to taper up just so that top part of the A had a nice broom. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. That's so weird to me. Never seen it really do that before, where it just randomly takes these points and converts them upon like copy and paste. Strange little quirk. One and two, and then this one will get a chop like here. So that when I move this over, we have more room for that other serif. This is where I would assume. Yeah, just about 971. If I didn't. Let me do this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's actually about perfect with change, whatever you call it. We can always change it later. This is a really easy one to just scratch entirely and redraw. Yeah. I think whenever I first started type designing, I was very precious with everything I made, and I didn't want to like ever scrap anything entirely. But once I came to terms with sometimes that's the only way to improve is just to start over, because the sketches you made of them are so poor to begin with. So once I came to terms with that, I felt like my work improved astronomically. I think my understanding was better too, because I was having to start from scratch over and over again. So I was like finding myself drawing the same things over and over again. Alright. That was the wrong thing I was going to do. Let me take this 114, it should just be 4 on either side. So what I'm thinking is just selecting this whole side. Actually, we'll just do 2 first. And like obviously that is 2 Y. And I will probably not touch that actually. It actually still looks even narrow. Yeah. And then I actually did not adjust these guys yet, so let's do that. And then work smarter, not harder. And also keep consistency. I'm just gonna steal this serif from. Probably not the T. Is there another one that I have that I didn't? Okay. Yes, okay. Good serif. Good serif. And so these guys actually probably need to come in. I don't know if I've already pulled them in just a little bit more. And then this will do like a little bit of this. And we can do that. Same with this. Feels much better. Let's do the same on this side now. Oh. Oh no, I wonder how long ago that was. Doesn't have a time. Anyway, lines type said hello. Hello. I missed it. That's my bad. That was probably a while ago. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright. Slap a 10 on either end. And call it. Bonk. I like that word. It's a fun word. I miss that those words I feel like that have fallen out of favor that are like comic book words just to describe sounds. Not quite the onomatopoeia stuff, but it's like stupid name like Thwap from Spider-Man who cast a web. What was that? Somebody got paid to come up with that word, you know? Pull this up so gosh. Alright. Alright. So what is this? Actually 85. 85, and this is 75. So I suppose I'll just pull all of this in 1, 2, 1, and then pull these guys up 1, 2, and this. Alright. Yeah, that weight is correct, but the everything else is not. Alright, let's fix up these serifs, and then we can fix the bowl at the bottom of the U. I'm really bad at fixing this U because this transition, I still don't understand it quite. It's a very odd transition. Oh, you know why? That was weird. Just said no thank you. But yeah, that would probably help if I had the right right measurement there. 87. Not gonna pull it down exactly the amount, but just enough to get that flow a little bit better. Bumpy. This needs to come up that way. That feels like a similar curve to this, just a little bit, I guess, more bumpy. Why is that selected? Okay, sorry. Second monitor is doing weird things right now. It's so funny, this monitor I found at a thrift store for $7. It's like a 1080p, just like whatever, like office monitor. The resolution's garbage. I've never once designed anything on it, but it's so nice to just have another place to store all your tabs while you're working on stuff on your main screen. A second monitor is really revolutionary. Such a first world solution for a dumb problem. And the problem is having too much content to look at. Imagine that. Oh, fusion type is almost entirely spelled out. That's pretty cool. I don't know. That probably would be fine for now. Got the J knocked out really quick, and the U is giving me trouble still. Maybe if I do this. Maybe. I don't know. This is still feeling. This curve is feeling really weird to me. This interior one. Yeah, I'm gonna do this too. Alright. That is feeling good. It's feeling good. Wow. I was just sitting there saying I had so many characters left, and now I'm down to 3. Plus the M, which is... I might print that one before I determine what to do with it. Let me see. Sorry, I gotta do homework after this, and my professor is just letting me know that I haven't done it yet, apparently. These dang professors, they don't know I'm streaming? How dare they? Right. The X, I figured out how to do it in the bold, where usually when I merge it, I'll open these corners, but I don't have that option this time around. I guess I could undo all the rounded corners and then reopen, whatever. I figured it out earlier. I forgot how I did it, so we will figure this out together. But at least the lights on this weight won't change as much. Oh my gosh. Okay. I hate accidentally clicking shift. And then these guys really will just come in to like there, honestly. And that will be 66.8, 65. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Okay, so now I need to get these serifs a little bit smaller. I think once I get these few characters knocked out, I'm going to do I'm gonna try to gather everything for a variable export so I can test it as a variable as well. If you like variable fonts, this will be a treat, because as cool as variable fonts are, I've never once had a good time making something into a variable font. That probably is fine right now. I bet these are, yeah, that is too much right there. Creates a dark spot on that serif. And not really wanting that, because this is a lighter weight. It's good in the bold, but it's so much for something like this. That feels right. And then we're gonna go right to 2. Slap it down on the other side. And I'll do my Z. This one isn't too bad actually. If I just do like that. And then I'll do, I guess, just 1 here. That's in fact not what I clicked. That was about 65. Do I have a nice horizontal? Yep. Okay. And then this will come in 1. This will come in 1. And this will come down. Probably 2, honestly. Yeah. It feels nice. Except for the fact that makes it feel a little bit awkward. Does this just need to come out a little bit more? Yeah, I think so. I think that weight might be good. Yeah. This thing is such a weird font. Alright, and we'll fix some stuff up, do a little housekeeping, fix some wonkiness that we've created. This will help also make a little bit more white space, at least on the interior. This is pretty good. Yeah, if you tuned into the stream where I made Oaky all experimental, that will probably go in the trash, honestly. Unless I get like people reaching out to me asking for it, that thing is never gonna see the light of day, and I'm sorry, but it was a fun thing to make, I think. Really like oh, my width didn't change. That's not good. Let's change that a little bit. Oh my gosh. Can't type today. Yeah. Yes, it was a little bit too wide, and that probably makes that a little bit darker too. I think it's still heavy. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. I wanted to see what it looks like when I round these corners a little bit better too. Yeah, it's a better round. It's a good round. Nice round. Maybe that one's sharper than the one at the bottom. With a 15 and 15. Alright, that'd be good. Yeah, it's actually about 30 different on either. Yeah, I think a variable will be nice for this, actually. I think it'd be a nice export. Okay. This is the moment we all been waiting for. I know everyone's on the edge of their seats. It's time to fight the S. Yeah, I did get rid of more contrast at the lighter. I felt like it was justified. Hopefully. We'll see. come from inside probably, and I can move the whole thing over. So that's like way too forward. I think if I just do basically. Yeah, I think 2 is actually better. Yeah, that's fine. And then I will. Oh, I was gonna do this too before I got 2 in there. These on. Let's do that. Yeah. And now just go and clean up everything that is not clean, and that's the S. Easier said than done. I think I worked on that S for the bold for like 10 minutes just to get the weight distributed the way I wanted to. But that was, I didn't have enough room for that, so that's my excuse on that one at least. That's actually really round already. So this is weird right here. I think that I want to do this. I love this little trick where it makes it easier to like see exactly what you're doing without it taking up half your screen down at the bottom. I'm gonna do this. Alright, I think that's probably good enough to do a test export for variable. It's not a terrible S, but also it's not good. So, and this is what the kerning looks like, in case you're wondering. FusionType. You're a type designer. You're very familiar with this random assortment of consonants and vowels. So, all right. Now we're gonna do some variable support. So what I'm going to do now is, I didn't do my lowercase in this yet. I don't think this is going to be a lowercase font. So I'm even considering just getting rid of it. Like, I think there's a way you can do it where it's like, this is this. Like, I don't remember how to do it. That'll be something I'll do off camera. But what these are is telling me that my, I just slept. Okay, so my B isn't, there's something wrong with my B, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's not. Actually, let me see. I'm gonna switch to this real quick. I'm going to back up this file before I flatten everything, because I don't want to lose my edit capabilities. So we're gonna swap screens real quick, and then I'm gonna close window, and then this. It's almost February, guys. That's crazy. I can't believe this month is almost over. I saw a video, someone talking about how this month feels like it's taking forever. I don't agree. Okay. We have a new one open, and it never wants to capture the right thing, so I'm gonna have to reset it. It like forgets what it's doing. Yeah, there we go. I figured that out the other day. Okay. So I'm just gonna do this. I think if I hit So what I did some keyboard shortcuts, but it was looking like path. It's like correct your direction, I guess. It's Command Shift R. I don't remember where it was. Path, correct path direction right here. So sometimes you can get lucky and you do this. And then that one didn't work. I'll come back to that. I don't think I'm gonna have to. So I'll just do it. So no, I don't want to do it yet. You have to wait. You want to see, you can scrub forward in the video if you're watching this after the fact. But it's a very annoying looking thing. That worked. But essentially just allows you to see exactly where every point is lining up on the like on the interpolation, whatever, and you can go in there and fix it. Like, for example, this K probably won't interpolate because it has, some of them have nodes right here. So it's an annoying thing. Oh, I don't even have to select it. Oh, that's awesome. I never realized that. Since the character is already selected, you don't have to select the whole thing to correctly. Yeah. That's new. You learn something new every day. I think it's really funny. Every single font I've done so far that has 3 weights, usually it makes sense to do book then bold and then interpolate the medium. I've started with the medium every single time. I guess that's the way to do it. I'm pretty sure it's because of this. This too, probably. This too. I think I see another one that's going to be a reason why this wouldn't work. Oh yeah, well that got rid of it instantly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Variable is very picky. Oh, that made sense. No! Oh my gosh, I always do that by accident. I don't even know what key I clicked. But it basically just says screw you and closes your entire tab. You have all your nice characters laid out. Yeah. So I'll just get rid of this. Move this over and do this. I think that this will fix it. Yeah. It did fix it. Yeah, once you get to a point, you can honestly like expect what's gonna need to be changed. Yeah. Yeah, whenever I took a class on type design, and basically fonts are very small. They take up like the font file, like the specifically the glyphs. It takes up like no room on your computer. So it's really good to just like, what is going on? What did I do wrong? That was weird. I have no idea what I clicked. I think I was trying to take a screenshot of. You probably know better than me. I don't know why. This is not to be on the list. Be fine. This actually is probably fine. Yeah. That's probably so. This, yeah. What I was thinking. This one, probably. Oh, that one's fine. No. I was really worried about that. I see something that might contribute to the way that this is just not working. I wonder if that was it. Yeah. Why would? Don't be silly. Why would an obvious correction be the choice? Think harder. I'm just like hitting random crap. I think I just took another screenshot. I don't know what that's about. And so I'm pretty sure this is what is the problem. Oh yeah, it was. It automatically went that way. Okay, so now I have a select view. I have DE or W. I'm just gonna type that out. DE or W. And so what I can do now is I can go view and show master compatibility, and it'll tell me what is wrong with it. Yeah, so I probably don't need that many. Yeah, I probably don't need that many nodes. And then it's mad at me down here for the same reason. Because I don't want it to be terribly flat, so this is not like a integral piece. And so once you get it fixed out, it'll not show you any errors, and it'll just interpolate for you and show you what you want. And it's the three masters. Oh, same problem here. I don't know how that one click just selected that whole thing. Oh my gosh. It's like keeps deleting the whole character. I don't know why. And then I'm assuming this one too. And then it looks like it liked that. Yeah, it did. And then now you got all of them fixed. So it's like whenever I was making it, I kept this in mind and I was trying my best to keep all the points the same, but it never worked out that way. So this is a really good tool. Love master compatibility checker. There's that. And then it automatically fixes it. Oh wow, is that the whole thing? Well, that was the whole thing. Okay, All right, are y'all excited? I am so excited for this. I love exports, like testing exports, and yeah. But yeah. $30.40. I didn't put a side bearings on that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the font, and I'm going to Command C, Command Option V, all data, and those will all work, hopefully. Okay. And then now I will export it, and then I'm going to open up Illustrator. So I'm going to pop back over to this because I don't want anything to accidentally show up on my computer that people are trying to steal from me. Oaky exports, export font. I wonder if I renamed it. I don't think I did. No, I did not. Okay. Let me fix that real quick. I'm trying to be better about keeping my like drafts named more appropriately for fonts. So that was called draft 3 when I already had a draft 3. I don't want to install it on my computer because then it becomes a nightmare. It really does. And open it with font book. Install. Alright, my computer isn't that one, so it's right now. Then I will close this window. And then I'm going to open up my Illustrator, and we'll see what that does to the live stream. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't crash it. We'll see. Last time I opened Illustrator on a stream, it made everything just like 1 frame per second. Let's see. And we'll do just a print. Now I can go to here. There's nothing there. We can go. Oh, did it automatically go to Illustrator? All right. I'm glad it automatically went to this one. So now what we can do. All right. And then here is the moment of truth. I don't know why this slider doesn't show up when I'm streaming, but you can click this and it will, variable font. And then when you click it, there's a slider that allows you to adjust whichever parameters you have. Yeah, but there we go. A 3 master variable font is, this thing's scrumptious. Yeah. Chat, clip that. I swear I could sit there and watch that all day. But now we have to do we have to test everything. So so variable fonts can do very weird things sometimes. Why on earth? Yeah, I don't know why that was like that. All right, and then I'll give it a little bit more live. And then now we can see how everything actually interpolates. So when I'm looking here, you'll know sometimes it'll like invert itself and do weird things, and that's basically because it thinks it's oriented the right way and it's just not. So yeah, but there you go. Super fun, but like that's cool to me. That's a nice font. I think once I get some printed proofs in here, I'd probably send this off to some people to check out. But I love this thing. It feels so like, I don't know, it feels like 80s book cover design to me. Like I could totally see this on like my favorite author. Like, could you see that? Or like Stephen King, and then we go like, what's my favorite book by him? Firestarter is a phenomenal book if you haven't read it. Yeah, but maybe not. That's feeling pretty yeah, but like that is the most Stephen King font I've ever seen. Ignore the spacing. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. This one was really a fun one, I think. I had a lot of fun on it. I always love whenever I get to export to Illustrator and show you the hours of work I've done on the stream. Funnily enough, I'm ending around at the 2-hour mark as I usually do. So yeah, if you made it this far, drop me a comment. Maybe I'll send you some free fonts. Who knows? My email is somewhere. You gotta find it on my website. Yeah, but I really appreciate anyone who's watching. This is a really fun project. I'm excited to see how this wraps up. Ciao.